Hello friends, today we are going to do the exercise of class 7, okay, social science of GBSC. यहाँ पे I don't have the workbook, so I'm reading the question answers from the digest, okay, so you can see and copy down the answers. और इससे पहले मैं आपको बोलना चाहती हूँ, प्लीज़ अगर ये चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब द चैनल, लाइक, शेयर एंड कमेंट, okay. If you have any doubt, you can comment it. So the first question is, answer the following questions in brief. First one, study the map of the state of Harsh and Pulkeshi too and note down the major cities and rivers. Answer is, under the rule of Harshvardhan and Pulkeshi too, chiefly Kannauj, Patliputra, Vallabhi, Chalukya, Kalinga, Pallav, Chola, Yera and Pandyas and many other towns were there. There are Karna, Suvarna, Ganga, Jamna, Son, Maha, Godavari, Narmada, Krishna and many other rivers. Question number 2 is, what was the difference between Pulkeshi II and Harsh personalities? Answer is, Harshvardhan was contented. He stopped fighting battles after winning a few. While Pulkeshi II was ambitious, he continued waging wars. This was the difference between the personalities of Pulkeshi II and Harshvardhan. Question number 3 is, why did Hyang Singh carry books, wrecks and statues back with him to China? Answer is, Singh Hyang wanted to study Buddhism deeply. Therefore, when he returned to China, he carried with him some books of Buddhism, relics and statues of Lord Buddha along with him from India. Question number 4 is, whom did Harsh think of freeing after ascending the throne? As soon as Harsh came to the throne, he thought of freeing his sister Rajeshri, who had been imprisoned by the Devgupta, the king of Malwa. Then fifth one is, name the plays written by the Emperor Harshvardhan. The Emperor Harshvardhan wrote 3 plays, that is Naganan, Ratnanaveli and Priyadarshika. Sixth question is, which caves were constructed during the Pulkeshi II regime? During the period of Pulkeshi II's regime, the caves of Vatipi and Dharapuri were constructed. Some worldwide famous paintings of Ajanta caves were prepared during the period of Pulkeshi II regime. Question number 2 is, discuss why was Harsh not able to defeat Pulkeshi II. Pulkeshi II was a powerful king. He was a very brave warrior. He had won many battles, so Harsh was not able to defeat Pulkeshi II. Question number 2 is, who was a better king, Harsh of Pulkeshi II? Give reason. Emperor Harshvardhan was a better king than Pulkeshi II because he was a villain, religious, loving, knowledge loving and a devotee of literature. He was a great donor and well cultured. He had a number of construction made of for people's welfare in his state. People were happy and prosperous in his time. He had a deep understanding and sense of administration. He had appointed different administrators, secretaries to run the administration of his state. Pulkeshi II had won many battles and had been famous as a violent king, but he had not carried out any work of state administration or public welfare as Harsh did. Question number 3 is, why was there war between Harsh and Pulkeshi II? Why did they not wage war again? Harsh and Pulkeshi II had undoubtedly violent, yet they fought because Harsh wanted to extend the boundaries of his empire from North India up to South India. On the other hand, Pulkeshi II also wanted to extend the boundaries of his empire to North India. Thus, both of them were ambitious to extend their empire. The armies of both of them clashed at the Narmada. There was a great battle between the two in which Pulkeshi II defeated Harsh. The empire of Harsh was thus could not extend beyond the Narmada. Then he put down his thought of fighting again against Pulkeshi II. Therefore, no battle was fought between 2 again. Question number 4 is what are the difference between the present day universities and Nalanda University? The difference between the present day universities, the present education institute and the Nalanda University. Okay, the difference between is given there. The first one is no entrance test in mandatory in the present education institute. Here the first one, Nalanda University, is there was a compulsory entrance test for the entrance aspirants in this university. Second one is lodging and dining is chargeable in the hostel of present education institution. Lodging and dining was free of charge for student in these universities. Third one is fees are charged to study in present education institutions. Third one here, the no fees was charged from the student studying in this university. Fourth one is mass education is imparted in the present education institution. So teachers cannot pay enough attention to every student individually. Teachers paid personal attention to fourth one here. The teachers paid personal attention to student in these universities. The next one is the multiple choice questions are given here. Okay, so I have circled the answers, so you can copy down. और यहाँ पे नीचे भी आंसर्स दिए हैं, तो आप वहाँ से भी एक बार चेक कर लिए अगर कहीं पे मिस्टेक हुई हो तो. Okay, here the last answers is given. Question number 2 is filling the blanks. Okay, so you can directly copy down. I'm not going to read. Okay, the fifth one is written here answer. Okay, और जो फिल द ब्लैंक्स है उसके भी आंसर्स यहाँ पे मैंने लास्ट में है, तो आप वहाँ से एक बार चेक कर लीजिए. क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 इज ट्रू और फॉल्स. होप यू कैन सी प्रॉपर्ली. यहाँ पे भी उसके आंसर्स लास्ट में दिए हैं, एक बार चेक कर लेना. फोर्थ वन इज मैच द पैर. ओके, हियर द आंसर इज गिवन. फर्स्ट वन का फोर्थ वन है, सेकेंड का थर्ड एंड थर्ड का फर्स्ट एंड फोर्थ का सेकेंड. देन क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 इज आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चंस इन 1 or 2 sentences. हाउ डिड Rajyavardhan died? Rajyavardhan was killed treacherously by god King Sasak. Okay. Question number 2. Who had improvised Rajeshri? King of Malwa Devgupta had improvised Rajeshri. Third one is who defeated Harshvardhan in a battle? Chalukya King Pulkeshi II of South India defeated Harshvardhan in a battle. Fourth one is how was the daily routine of Harshvardhan? Harshvardhan had divided his daily routine into 3 parts. The first was for state administration, the second was for public welfare, and the third was allotted for religious deeds. Fifth question is which deeds of public welfare had Harshvardhan done? Harshvardhan had constructed rest houses, stepwells, wells, lakes, mathas and viharas for public welfare. He also put a ban on killing of living creatures. Okay, the sixth question is which compositions of a great poet Banbhatas are considered unique in Sanskrit literature? The two composition of Banbhata, that is Kadambari and Harshcharitra, are considered unique in Sanskrit literature. Seventh one is which university was made famous worldwide by Harshvardhan? Nalanda University was made famous worldwide by Harshvardhan. Eighth question is what special arrangement was made by Harshvardhan for maintenance of Nalanda University? Harshvardhan had donated 100 villages of his state for the maintenance of Nalanda University. Question number 9 is which different ashes were recommended to be used as a medicine by alchemist Nagarjuna? The alchemist Nagarjuna had recommended the ashes of iron, white ericsson and mercury to be used as a medicine. Question number 10 is by which games and sports did people entertain themselves in the period of Harshvardhana? In the period of Harshvardhana, people entertained themselves with games like chess, games of dice. 11th one is who entertained people wandering about in village in the period of Harshvardhan? In the period of Harshvardhan, acrobats and conjurers wander about in villages and entertain people. What were the chief occupation of people in period of Harshvardhan? The chief occupation of people in the period of Harshvardhan were agriculture and animal husbandry. Question number 13 is what was a special convenience made by Harshvardhan for trade and transport of goods and commodities? For the trade and transportation of goods or commodities, Harshvardhan had made a direct highway from Patliputra to Burgugach. Presently it is in Bharuch port. Okay. 14 one is which Chinese traveler had came to India in period of Harshvardhana. In the period of Harshvardhana, the Chinese traveler Yang Seng had came to India. 15 question is what has Yang Seng noted in his diary about the state of Harshvardhan? Yang Seng had noted in his diary about the state of Harshvardhan that there was 100 Buddhist muktis in his state. The public life was simple, straightforward, happy, having good conduct, and was based on justice and truth. Cheating and breach of promise were considered sinful. 16th question is why did the state of Kannauj could not extend beyond Narmada? There was a great battle between Harshvardhana, the king of Kannauj, and the king of Vatapi at Narmada. In the battle, Harshvardhana was defeated against Pulkeshi II. Therefore, the state of Kannauj could not extend beyond Narmada. 17. Pulkeshi II was fond of art. How can it be said? In the period of Pulkeshi II, the caves of Vatapi and Dharapuri were constructed. In that time, the world widely known painting of Ajanta caves were prepared. Thus, we can say that the Pulkeshi II was fond of art. 18.1. When did Pulkeshi II died? How? Pulkeshi II died while fighting in the battle against Mahendra Varma of Pallav dynasty of Kanchipuram in 1642 CE. 19th question is in which different things were Harshvardhan better than Pulkeshi II? Harshvardhana was better than Pulkeshi II in this state administration, in the public welfare deeds, in the pursuit of religious, in the generosity of donating, and his interest in education and literature. Okay, question number 6 is give historical reason. Harshvardhana was a great donor. Harshvardhan had held a huge religious congregations at Prayagraj every 5 years. He donated all the wealth from his state treasures that he had collected during 5 years to all the sadhus, sant, brahmins, learned man, etc. He also gave away his own ornaments in donation for this king of generosity. We can call him a great donor. So question number 7 one is give introduction. First one is Harshvardhan. He was a violent king of Thaneshwar, presently Punjab, Haryana. He raised a wide empire in North India from a small state of Thaneshwar by keeping a victorious journey for 7 years. He possessed deep understanding in the administration of state. He had appointed 7 minister secretaries for good administration of his state. He had divided his daily routine into 3 parts of administration of his state to carry out deeds of public welfare and religious deed. He was so diligent in carrying out his administrative responsibility. He even forgot his meal in doing good deeds. He was religious, religion-loving, lover of education and devotee of literature. He was a great donor. He had donated 100 villages for the maintenance of Nalanda University and gained fame for Nalanda University worldwide. He had built rest houses, stepwells, wells, lakes, matas and viharas. Here in this period, the people of North India were happily having good conduct and prosperous. Harshvardhana can be considered as the last violent king of North India. Second one is Pulkeshi II. He was a violent king of Chalukya, that is Solanki dynasty. He was a very brave warrior. He had won many states in the South India. He had made the capital Vatapi a city of magnificence and splendors. he had prevented Harshvardhan of North India by defecting him at Narmada. Pulkeshi too was a lover of art. In his period, the caves of Vatapi and Dharapuri was constructed. Some worldwide painting in the Ajanta caves were prepared in this period. In this period, people were happy and prosperous. The Chinese traveler Yang Seng admired the wealth of Pulkeshi too and very much while fighting in the battle against a king of Pallav dynasty of Kachipuram. He was killed. Pulkeshi too had ruled for 30 years. Question number 8 is short note. The first one is life of people in Harshvardhan's period. There were 4 major classes of caste in Harshvardhana's time. Second point is the system of living behind the parda and the system of intercaste marriage were not popular. Evil customs like sati, child marriages and polygamy and had started. Third point is people took milk product of milk, wheat, rice, fruits and vegetable for food. Fourth point is people put on simple white and clean dresses. Men wore dhoti and women wore sari. Fifth point is people put on ornaments like garlands, rings, bracelets, bangles, necklace, etc. Sixth point is people got entertained by playing games like chess and games of dice. Acrobats and conjurers wandered about his village to entertain people. Seventh one is the chief occupation of people work agriculture and animal husbandry. Eighth one is Vaishyas did trading. Harshvardhana had a highway built from Patliputra to Bhrugu, presently it is Bharuch port, constructed for trading and transportation of goods and commodities. Ninth one is gold and silver coins were used for trade and exchange. Tenth one is during the period of Harshvardhan, gold found its way to India from Rome owing to foreign trade. People followed Buddhism, Hindu and Jain religions. People believed in equality of religions. Second one is Yang Seng. He was a Chinese traveler. He had come to India to study Buddhism in the period of Samrat Harshvardhan and Pulkeshi too. He had studied Buddhism and staying in Nalanda University for 5 years. He visited different places in India for 15 years. He attended the 6th religious council held by Emperor Harshvardhan. Yang Seng has narrated in his diary the condition of society, politics, religion, economic and education at the time. We can learn the history of that time from it. In his diary, he had admired the life of people and the grandeurs of the kings Harshvardhan and Pulkeshi too. He returned to China to the route of Middle Asia in 1645 CE. While returning to China, he carried with him some books, some relics and some statues of Lord Buddhism. Now next question is think and write questions answer. First one was it right on Harshvardhana's part to defect those state? It was not proper that Emperor Harshvardhan defected the states and got Malwa, Saurashtra, etc. Second one is name the administrative officers in charge of administration of your district or taluka currently. Okay, that you can write down. Currently we have collector and district development officers for the administration of your district. ये आपको समझ के लिखना है. ओके so you can directly copy down. ओके तो यहाँ पे हमारे चैप्टर ख़त्म होता है. ठीक है. प्लीज़ अगर आपको चैप्टर पसंद आया हो तो प्लीज़ लाइक कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए प्लीज़, और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, कमेंट कीजिए आपको वीडियो कैसा लगा. थैंक यू सो मच.